Neal, defensively, how do you sum that up?
I think the scoreline tells you everything you need to know. It's nowhere near good enough, and I think 49 goals by halfway shows you that there's a massive issue that's happened across the season. It's not taking the work we've doing on the training ground on it onto the pitch. We spent all of Thursday trying to get these things right, and when it comes to it, we have to stand up and do our job. But I thought for the first half, for 90% of it, we were the better team. And I always say to the players, and you'll probably hear me repeat myself and say this loads, football games are won in the boxes. Both boxes are the only thing that matters. And today, we were poor in theirs. When we had our chances, we missed the targets, we didn't take them at key moments. We didn't get on the end of enough crosses that were good. And in ours, we was poor. And they won both of them.
I understand this might be a long list, but what do you think is wrong defensively?
There's probably loads wrong. Do we need to reinforce? Probably. We need to maybe bring some different types that give us something different. Like we say, just said to the boys there, the reason you do work on the training field is to carry it into games. When the games come, the focus, the character, the desire to carry them out simply isn't there. 3 minutes into a game, we've had 2 chances to clear the ball. We've had one blocked. We've had another one we've underhit it. They keep us under pressure. They turn the ball into our box and somebody brings it down on his chest unmarked. 3 minutes into the game, it's not tiredness, it's focus, it's desire to get things right. The communication's not there. So I just said to the boys, we all have to take responsibility for it. I take responsibility, I'm the manager. We just got beat away from home. I'm sorry for the fans that have made the journey. But it was my big fear after last week's win, that away at Grimsby on a wintry day just before Christmas, a place that's very, very difficult to come and get a result. It was my big fear, and I tried to drum it into them all week.
How much does that concern you then, that it didn't sink in?
Every game's taken on its merit. I've got to address this one and then move on. These games are going to come quickly. If I harp on and batter the boys and knock them dead with it, we're not going to be ready for the next game. So we'll be in tomorrow, we'll be in Monday, we'll be working hard on looking at the issues, looking at the problems, and then work hard then to pick a team that can win the next game.
Difficult, isn't it? Because you've kind of accepted yourself that there needs to be a change of personnel to an extent in January. A lot of the fans are calling for it. We've kind of called for it in the media because we've seen it for a long time this season, and no matter what happens, no matter who tries it, it doesn't seem to improve. So with that in mind, how do you then try and keep this group of players motivated up until January?
Well, they've got to fight for their place. At the end of the day, if we play the 3 games over Christmas and New Year and we defend better and we win games of football, then any additions we can make, anyone that comes in to strengthen the squad has got to get in that team. So you've got to put yourself in a position where you make it hard for the manager to put the new people in if we can bring them in. So, that's their challenge.
How many players at this stage are you thinking that you need in January? Is it another long list?
I don't think the chairman's got enough. No, we need to do some ins and outs. That's clear. There's too many players that in the squad that aren't getting game time that need to play football, and them conversations are happening over they've happened already. They're happening over the next week or so. It's always a balance, but we've got games to win. We've got points to try and pick up. So and we've got to take responsibility for that.
The desire word has come up time and time again this season from different people. It was something that your predecessors mentioned, and it's led many to wonder if there's something wrong in that dressing room with the players.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to it all. I'm not that intelligent that I can give you the answer. I talk about 3 things: character, to say whether you're low on confidence or you're not low on confidence, or the results are gone. The character to rise above that, and put your shoulders back and play how you should play. The desire to do your job and do whatever it takes to do your job, and the focus to switch on and know what that job is. Them 3 words I use a lot. We did them quite well last week. We didn't do them well this week, and I suppose that inconsistency is something you guys have seen a lot more than I have.
Can I ask you what happened with Nathan Thomas when he came off the pitch today, and the substitution in general? It caught him by surprise, I guess. What are your thoughts? You tried to shake his hand and he didn't want it.
Listen, it's gone now. He's already apologised to me. It's got under the water. Nath was frustrated. 3-0. He feels like he's an attacking player that can make things happen, and therefore 3-0. Why would you bring him off? The reason I brought him off was a change to a diamond. I tried to get 2 forwards on. I thought with the balls we was getting in the box, Christian Dennis is known for being a fox in the box, and I didn't know where I could put Nathan in the diamond without leaving us a bit exposed. So I made that call. That's the manager's job. It didn't work, but by that point we was trying anything because of the situation. Nathan was frustrated, wanted to come up, wanted to stay on the pitch. So there's a little bit of temperament, but you get that from footballers, don't you? That's
Do you mind
it? No, I don't like it, not at all. And the fact that he sat there, calmed down, thought about it and thought, no, that's out of order, found me on the pitch and apologised straight away, just put it to bed for me. If he hadn't have done, I'd have dealt with it.
How tough of a Christmas is this going to be for everybody involved at the football club? And I don't mean emotionally, I mean how tough will it be work-wise, getting in, busy, long hours, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, to be honest with you, you don't need to be long hours. You need to get your work done. Now we've got to recover them so that physically they can be ready for the next game. We've got to get them ready for the next game tactically. We need to make sure that we keep the players not playing games fit. We need to make sure we rest and recover the others, but we need to do video analysis. There's a number of ways you can do it. But like I say, football doesn't really lend itself to having a lovely Christmas. It's we have to work, everybody else enjoys it. We've got to make sure we've got a smile on our face because we've picked up some good results. And like I say, this one's a bad one. It's a bad defeat. If you said to me, coming up towards half time before we conceded our second goal, this would be a 4-0 defeat, I'd have laughed at you because I didn't see anything but that. But the soft underbelly that we've perhaps had reared its ugly head, and we've got to work hard to change it.
You were so close to having a lovely Christmas. Thank you for your time
Thank
today.
you.